It is February 10th, and I have yet to recover from the magnificence that was the Kendrick Bowl yesterday. But I'm going to try my best to do this video and tell y'all about my January writing wrap-up, even though it's February 10th, and I probably should have done this like 9 days ago. Anyway, so I officially finished Book 2, A Darker Path to Justice, a couple of days into February, and January was just non-stop handwriting edits to finish this damn thing. She went from like 130,000 words to gonna be at just over 160,000 words. So I did a little bit of writing in January, just like a smidge, just a tiny bit. And so I like to either print out my manuscript. I don't print them out anymore because paper. But I like to save my manuscripts as PDFs and use a stylus pen on my iPad to handwrite edits just because I like it more. I don't know. I try to do like my final round of edits the way I used to do it, a couple years ago when I first started writing book 1, where I was just typing it in edit mode in the document and then like accepting the edits and the changes. And I didn't like it. It felt weird. I don't think I fully got like the feeling of it being a book and like reading it through that book aspect when it was in a document versus like if being in a PDF downloaded onto my iPad that felt like it was like an ebook. So much of the editing for book 1 was just staring at my iPad for so many hours each day. Sometimes a few too many hours because, boy, I think my prescription has changed for my glasses. I swear that my prescription needs to be updated with how tired my eyes were after January. I got through, I probably had like 50 pages left at the end of the month because depression, and wrapped those up in the beginnings of February. So it was about 500 some pages, plus I added a handful of new scenes that I wasn't expecting, but as I was reading the book and like just I went through the year-long journey of writing the damn thing and drafting it and getting it out there, getting the bones out there, and then putting, like a suit on the body kind of thing. This was like the accessorizing, the final zhuzh of the hair, which I need to do to mine, so shush. The final zhuzh of the hair, adding a few bracelets to the body, whatever kind of allegory, comparison, whatever you want to call it, was unexpectedly a longer and harder process for this one. And not in a bad way, like not in a complaining way, but in more of the way of fuck it. The book's damn good. The book 2 is damn good. Like, she's, out of the 2 I've written and published so far, she's my favorite. Darker Path of Justice is my favorite. I finally found my voice 100% after taking about almost 3 years to write book 1 and a year and a couple months to write book 2. I found my voice in this one, and I was just going back in these edits and handwriting, like, move this to a new paragraph here, delete this explanation, tighten this paragraph up, add a few more descriptors here, fix some grammatical errors there, etc., which was my intent for this run through. It turned into just me being like, I gotta expand on this, and just feeling like I didn't want to clip scenes off the way I was clipping them off, and just wanted to add more nuance and a lot more just character internal struggle. So the book series is written in third person omniscient. Blah, blah, I always struggle to say that word. So you're looking at it from a third person point of view, but third person introspective. The other one is where you don't get inside people's heads. I swear I know what I'm doing. But anyway, so it was third person introspective, and I found with doing that a lot, and you see it a little bit in book 1, but I really went for it like straight up in book 2, and I really think it improved the story so much. And so I as I was going back through these scenes and I was like editing them, and I was like remembering, like, you know, this is through, we're watching this scene, yes, from a third person POV, but we're looking down on the scene, but we're also seeing it through this person's eyes. I really wanted to add more of that, because there are things that these characters do in this story throughout this whole entire story, not just this book, that you kind of look at it and you're just like, odd behavior. Adding that extra layer to it, I think helps understand, like, yeah, they're acting this way, but they're really thinking this way. And wait, I don't understand why they did this thing in one scene and now we're doing this other thing. Oh, okay, well, now that we're in their heads a little more, it's making sense. And just given what I do in the last 100 pages of this book, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I do. I'm not actually sorry. It was just really important to me to just add more of that emotion of character into it, and to do that and go forward with that addition and those changes. And again, like I said earlier, like, I just really think I found my voice with this book. I know I did. And so there's just a lot more red marks than I thought there was going to be in regards to adding this, moving this, deleting that, adding, you know, kind of thing. So we got through the majority of the edits for book one. Like I said, beginning of February, I wrapped them up. And the plan for February, that has been going on for 10 days now, and will go on until, I'm hoping I end this week actually being done, is I'm going to be typing in all the edits, triple checking with my couple of grammar check programs that I'm not missing, like a period here, a space there, and that I don't have typos. The book's going to release end of March, so I know it takes at least 30 days. Well, no, Ingram Sparks says they want it's a expected 30-day turnaround, and I want to make sure that I can get everything uploaded and ready to go before my deadline, so that I don't have what happened with book one, where I uploaded a draft version of the final one where I like had one more grammar run through to do, but I was like, I need to get a copy in my hand, double check the formatting. And that was the one that went out because they took their sweet time to approve and update and the files for book one whenever I had the grammar update done. So like there's like, I think like 50 or so books of book one out there that are version one that have some typos in it. So y'all welcome for that. Those are collector's editions now. So I don't want that to happen with book two. So I'm wanting to rush through this week and a couple days next week to finish up typing all these up, to send it out, to make sure that like everything's Gucci, everything's uploaded and good to go. I haven't even uploaded a draft version of this book to Ingram Spark because I want to avoid that entirely, which is why there's not an official date yet for release, just because I'm really worried about screwing it up, I'm gonna be honest. And also I have a full-time day job and I own a business that I work pretty much full-time as well. So she's a little busy right now. So that's January's writing wrap up. I'm really proud of all the work I did in January, despite the depressioning. We had a few mental breakdowns, always fun to have those. Those are always great and productive. Had some emotional breakthroughs that were great, that kind of set things off kilter for a little bit, I'll say, that put me at least about 2 weeks behind. So I'm very, very proud of all the work I did in January. I'm not frustrated at myself. I was frustrated for a little bit, I'll be honest, but I have to give myself grace. Having the couple of mental differences that I have when it comes to like autism, ADHD, manic depression, and chronic anxiety. So like things get a little messy up here in the head. So I have to give myself grace, and I learned to give myself grace, that even though my disabilities frustrated me a lot, and I'm still very proud of the work I did in January. So I'm hoping that next month when I come in with a February writing wrap up, I'll be able to show you the book and be like, see, it's all done. It's in my hands. I'm so excited. whenever I start writing book 3, I'm really excited to start doing these reading or writing wrap-ups, because then I can start telling you, not like in detail the plot, but I can really start showing you guys like the writing process and how I function. I have it's hidden over there now, out of the way, is I have a giant marker board that I write like the 3-part arcs on, and what are my major like opening and closing parts of each arc, and what are like the motivating plot lines for that. And then I like to keep the walls pretty blank. I am getting the map frame for back here, a big one, but I also like to use this wall over here to put, you know, that Charlie Sheen meme with all the red strings and everything. I like to do that on my wall sometimes too. It helps me reorganize my thoughts and everything better. Book 3 is gonna be huge. I'm projecting 2 years. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I'm projecting 2 years for that. So that's gonna be really, really fun. As of right now, I'm projecting it to be written in 3 major parts. But that's for another reading wrap up. Writing wrap up. Sorry. I've been watching a lot of reading wrap ups lately that I didn't realize I love them so much. So I was like, I should do a writing one for you guys to let you know. But I promise these will be like super extra fun and interesting whenever I start drafting book 3, because then I get to walk you guys through my writing process, and I'm really excited for that, because as somebody who's autistic with ADHD, it is really, really fun how my brain works, because I've had people ask me like how I write and stuff, and it's so chaotic, but it is actually so organized. I can't fully like explain it. I just have to like show it, you know. So that'll be coming soon. Yeah, I don't know when those are gonna happen, but yeah, no, January was good. February's all right so far. I think it's gonna be good too, and we're just gonna like cross our little fingers for no more mental breakdowns that are gonna put us behind schedule. So next month when I do this again, I'll have a book in my hands. I hope. Ingram Spark, if I'm late getting this to you, can you just make up for my lateness, please? Please. Okay, bye.